morning and welcome to the Power Chat series. Today we have the Mayan Challenge post show. Two guests this time. I have the privilege of interviewing Maria Rotel Ferguson and Jaden Graciani. Did I get all of that correct? Last name pronunciations? Perfect. Well, I'm excited to have you guys on. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. How
I'm
about
good.
you?
How are you? I'm doing
Awesome.
good.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to be just chatting about the Mayan challenge as well as you guys as martial artists. So both of you guys did really well. Maria, why don't you tell me how you performed at the Mayan challenge?
I won creative weapons and traditional weapons, and I was the overall weapons grand championship for the adult division.
Awesome. What about you, Jaden?
I won creative weapons and extreme weapons, and I won the CMX weapons grands, and then I won traditional weapons and traditional weapons grands.
Okay, it seems like we have some weapons experts on the chat right now. So both of you guys really focus on weapons. What's your weapon of choice, Maria?
I use bow staff.
What about you, Jaden?
I use sword.
Sword. Okay, cool. Maria, do you represent a team or a school in particular?
I'm on the American national team, and I use 10th degree weaponry.
Cool. What about you, Jaden?
I'm on Team Evolution, and I use ultimate weapons.
Awesome. Okay, well, cool. So let's talk a little bit more about the Mayan challenge. So, Jaden, what age division are you in?
I'm in 12-13.
12, 13, and Maria is in the adult side. So we'll get to have a little bit of a perspective of both. Maria, tell me your perspective on how the tournament was run, how the divisions went logistically, and any other comments you might have.
I love how the tournament was ran. It was really organized. I love the fact that the adult division is in the afternoon and I don't have to wake up at 8 a.m. anymore. It was very organized. My start time was my start time. I didn't start any earlier, so I didn't have to worry about missing my division. All the competition was really friendly, and it feels like a very nice karate family, and it's a very friendly environment.
Cool. It's been going on for some time. Jaden, how have you been to the Mayan Challenge before?
Yes.
Okay, tell me your thoughts on maybe what it was like this year compared to years prior. Was it similar? Anything new?
It was pretty similar to how it was ran last year. Everything was ran on time, and everything goes by like quickly.
You do a lot of divisions. Tell me, Jaden, when you got there versus when you were able to wrap up your divisions. You might have watched some other people, but when you were done.
Um, when I was done, I mostly just watched like my teammates or people I knew and cheered for other people, stuff like that.
Cool. Did you have any other teammates there, Maria? Either were you able to watch or were you solo representing?
Alicia was there. She's also my teammate, and she won the 17 under grants for CMX forms.
Cool. Well, very nice. Great. So are you both from Florida?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you guys are familiar with the Florida karate scene. Maria, have you been to the Mayan Challenge before?
A couple years ago, I went. I used to go very consistently, and then I took a little break.
Okay, got it. Well, did you take a break from martial arts in general or from the Mayan Challenge?
Mayan Challenge. I go to all the other USA Sport Karate tournaments, though.
Okay, nice. All right. So you guys, have you guys ever crossed paths or met in person before?
Yes.
Yeah. You guys know each other?
Yes.
Okay. I guess the Florida community is small, it's tight knit. Tell me, Maria, if you had to sort of describe what being a martial artist in Florida is like. I know Amerikick is not necessarily based in Florida, but what is it like being a martial artist there?
The Florida competition scene for karate is very friendly. I know a lot of people that are all different ages. Jaden's in 13 under. I also know Jada, who's in 14, 17. I've grown up around a lot of these kids. I started competing in Florida when I was 12 or 13, and I've known them for a really long time. And I view them all kind of as my karate siblings. So
very cute. And so Jaden, tell me a bit more how you got into martial arts.
I got into martial arts around, I want to say 5 years ago when I was like 7. And I went in because since I was so short, I got picked on a lot. So I went in to just learn like to be more confident and to then defend myself.
Okay, yeah. And how do you feel like maybe that confidence has changed from 5 years ago?
Yes,
You
way
do.
more confident in myself than 5 years
That's
ago.
awesome to hear. That's what you came in for. And so you came in for that, um, I guess, personal growth, but now you're in the competition scene, winning grands and things like that. How did you get into competition?
Well, my first competition, I had to. I was on a demo team, and in order to be on the demo team, you have to do at least one division. So that's how I got introduced into the competition scene. I believe it was at U.S. Open. It was my first master tournament, and from there, I kind of just fell in love with competing. So I kept working harder and harder until I got to where I'm at now.
Nice. Maria, how did you get, you said you've been, when did you start martial arts?
I started martial arts when I was 5, but I lived in the Ohio, Michigan area, so I started competing when I moved to Florida when I was 12 or 13.
So how did you get into martial arts at 5?
Um, I was very distracted as a kid. I didn't really sit still. I didn't listen very well. I was very disrespectful. But my original coach, Lisa Halsey, helped me a lot. I'm very focused now and very motivated. Martial arts has helped me a lot in life, not just because of competition, but it's helped me as a person grow and be respectful of adults and focus and not be as much of a little demon.
Now, are you self-aware that you were a demon, or were you told this by your parents who had to deal with you, or all your teachers?
No, I was pretty bad.
Okay, all right. And so both of you guys are in the black belt division? Yeah, cool. Okay, great. What style of martial arts do you do, Maria?
I do American freestyle.
And Jaden?
And I do the same, and
Okay.
Taekwondo.
And Taekwondo, nice. All right. And so Maria, you just did weapons?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your training style. I mean, that's really focused. And I know as you get into the adult division, you start shedding some of those divisions so you could focus on certain aspects. What was that decision, first of all, to focus on bow?
So I do create a form sometimes with Vince Little, but weapons is definitely what I'm focused on the most because I enjoy it the most. Creative weapons is my favorite division. It's the division I'm the best at. I train with Vincent Scarduzio for that, and we work on a lot of like unique tricks and flexibility tricks, and we work a lot on basics and strikes. It interests me the most because there's a lot of things that you can do differently, and not everything in bow always has to be the same.
Yeah, I mean, so many different. When you say Vincent Scarduzio's name, he definitely had a very unique style, and I feel like so many different. When it comes to weapons, and then it comes to bow, like you would think a weapon that is so physically rigid, right? It's just like a staff. You can have so much variation in the style, right? How do you? I mean, how do you kind of work that creative process, Maria?
So we think about like other things that aren't just in martial arts, like either dance or gymnastics, and it's working it into how can I do this with my bow? So like as typical back bend, how can I do this with the bow in my hand? How can I manipulate it so I can add it into martial arts?
Cool. And Jaden, so sword, what was your affinity to that weapon?
Um, Mostly just like I've done every single weapon, but when I picked up a sword, it was just something about it, because I've also liked sword and like even like off the mat, like in movies or in video games. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like something I've had a natural liking towards.
Yeah, like drawing inspiration from some of the things that we see in the world, right? Um, so you're on Revolution. Maria mentioned some of her coaches. Do you have a specific coach that trains you with sword?
Right now my sword coach is Cole Presley, and in the past my sword coaches have been Carmen Choka and Haley Glass, who I am
Wow.
thankful for.
Yeah, you guys have some really great people training you. So it's no surprise that you guys are coming out as for Jaden, the next generation. Maria, also 18 plus, but still taking on that role of grand champions and things like that. So tell me a little bit more, Maria, about what else you do outside of martial arts.
I do theater and I'm looking towards applying for college to be a technical theater major, and I want to be a lighting designer.
Cool. Okay. And so you applied to college. Does that mean that you are a senior?
Yeah, I'm a rising senior, and I'm working on some of my applications right now.
Got it. Rising senior. So you just wrapped up junior year. Okay. Wow. That's a big year, final year. Cool. Jaden, what about you? So you're 12 or 13?
I'm 13.
13. Okay. What else do you do outside of martial arts?
Outside of martial arts, I don't really do too much, besides school.
Okay.
Really what I focus on mostly is just martial arts.
Anything like for fun or for hobbies?
Um, a hobby I would say is I like playing basketball.
Basketball?
Obviously,
Fun.
video games, as I mentioned before.
Cool. Yeah. It's always fun just to get the body moving in a different way. Um, okay. So let's talk a little bit about your training schedules. Maria, both of you still in school. So tell me a little bit more about what your training looks like, Maria.
I usually train in the mornings. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I train from 8 to 9 with my coach. And then usually on my own, I train about 2 hours a day, usually every day of the week, if not at least 6 days a week.
Okay. Do you do mostly like specifically karate training, or do you incorporate other types of training as well, like cardio or I don't know, lifting or something like that, or do you sort of like focus on martial arts?
Most of the time it's martial arts, but I also go to the gym and work out, and I have a specific trainerized working out program that Vinny Scarduzio has like made for me to help me with my bow training.
Okay, gotcha. Like okay, like kind of like cross training that'll help you sort of. Got it. Jaden, what about you?
I mostly train every weekday, and then sometimes I'll train on Sundays and Saturdays for sparring. Um, like once or twice a week, I'll have like a private lesson with Haley or Cole, but mostly that's all. It's basically every day I train.
Yeah, and you go to. So you mentioned sparring. You didn't compete in sparring at the Mayan Challenge, did you?
I did. I
Oh,
did.
you did? Well, I that wasn't one of the things that you won grands in, right? But tell me a little bit more about some of the competition there, like the fighters. What were your thoughts on that?
Um, the fighting scene in Florida is always, in my opinion, one of the best you can find. And this tournament didn't disappoint. I had a lot of good fighters there. It was a very tough challenge, and I ended up getting third place.
Okay. How many people in your division for the 12-13 boys?
I think it was about 11.
11. Do they still break it up into short and tall or no?
Not for this one, I don't think.
Not for this one. Okay. Gotcha. Um, all right. And then Maria, did you get to catch any of the other competition besides I know everybody's so busy with their own stuff, but did you get to catch any observations that you noticed about the other competitors?
I got to watch most of the 17 under black belt divisions on Friday. They're all super talented. I got to watch my teammate Alicia win her big grands win. I also watched Jaden. I liked a lot of the different inventive tricks that people were doing. It was very cool to watch.
Nice. I forgot this was a 2-day event.
Yes.
Okay. I think sometimes the regional events are not always 2 days. Sometimes you're in and out. What was that like in terms of the area? So the Mayan Challenge is where in Florida?
Clearwater.
Clearwater. And where are you guys based out of?
I'm in Fleming Island.
I'm in
Okay.
Orlando.
Orlando. What is the Clearwater area like? Sorry, I have two phones. One of them got put on Do Not Disturb. The other one is being blown up. So just, there we go. Okay, sorry. So what is the Clearwater area like for anyone who hasn't been there in a little while and maybe is considering going back next year?
There's a beach attached to the hotel, and it was really nice because before my divisions, I got to go watch on the beach. It was very nice.
Nice. I feel like if there's going to be a Florida on the coast tournament, I feel like it has to be on the beach. match, you know, like it's just, I just feel like it makes everything better. So, yes. Well, Jaden, what were some of the biggest, I guess, takeaways you got from the Mayan challenge for you?
For me, the biggest takeaways were just like in weapons, just having the confidence to know like, okay, I'm gonna catch this, I'm gonna do this right. In forms, also having that same confidence, like that you're just gonna nail your techniques and stuff. And obviously, like still ties in with sparring, but sparring mostly. Just some minor issues about reading the fight and stuff.
Okay, what about you, Maria?
This tournament reinforced that karate is all about fun for me. I had a lot of fun at this tournament. All the competition was really friendly. The atmosphere was really friendly. Even though it is competition and it is serious, it brought back the fun into it.
Do you feel like at some point you were starting to like get a little too serious, like lose the fun aspect?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I used to only treat it like it was competition, but I feel like if you do that, it defeats the point of karate in itself.
Yeah, for sure. And then sometimes you just perform better when you're there to have fun, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're a little less stressed and things like that. Jaden, do you feel like, how do you sort of approach tournaments mentally? What's your mental, or like the self-talk you do, or what you're telling yourself ahead of an event before you're about to compete?
Um, Usually I just tell myself like we're gonna nail this form. Like we've drilled it enough, just like positive reassurance stuff to like make sure in my mental space once I get on the mat, it's just like following my muscle memory because we have obviously drilled it enough to know my form and know I can nail it.
Yeah, just stepping into it with confidence, like you said before, you know, having the confidence to just feel like I've done this 100 times. What's 101? What about you, Maria? How do you step into your, especially maybe with the creative where you've got some tricks? I know you also do traditional, right?
Yes.
So I mean, traditional, I shouldn't minimize that, but like where there's a little bit more room for error and dropping, kind of, how do you manage that?
I usually do a shakedown before, which is a theater exercise where I get all the energy out of myself. And
Okay.
then I put my bow down and I just kind of sit with myself with my headphones on and I mentally run through my form in my head because even if I do throw 100 times before my division, if I'm not mentally prepared, I'll probably still drop it.
Okay. What is a shakedown? Is it like a physical? Can you like show us
So
or?
I'll start with 8 and I'll shake my wrists 8 times on both with both hands, and then I'll do the same with my ankles, and then I'll go to 7 times each hand, and then I'll go down to 6, and I'll go all the way down to 1, and then I'll tap both of my knees 2 times because it's supposed to get all of the negative energy out of myself.
Okay, gotcha. And just like, and then you sit down and you go through the form visualizing it.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Wow. I think some martial arts have so many different ways to get ready for an event, getting ready for even just a single form. So that's great. Okay. Well, Maria, you took a little break from going to the Mayan Challenge. What were your thoughts this year? Is it a tournament you would return to, and why?
I would absolutely come back. I really liked the beach. It was really organized. It was great prize money. It was very organized. It ran all on time. I was in and out of there, and then I got to watch some friends compete.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to. That's awesome. What about you, Jaden?
I agree. I would also be back next year. I just like Mr. Jeremy and Mr. Skylar always throw great tournaments. You know, they're always on time and they go by quicker than most tournaments. So you're in the tournament and then like within 2 hours you're out.
Yeah, in and out. You still got to watch your teammates or your friends, and you still got to go to the beach, which is, we're in summertime. We're out. You guys are both out of school, right? Right
Yes.
now. So you're in summer break time. You get to go to the beach, which is awesome. So that's great. Cool. Well, what is your next tournament, Maria?
Capital Classics.
Capital Classics in DC. And then Jaden, you?
U.S. Open.
US Open. Okay, great. Well, that's awesome. I'm super excited for you, and good luck on the rest of the tournament here. Congratulations on both of your Grands wins. That's really exciting, and thanks for coming on to the Power Chat series. It was fun to learn about each of you and your backgrounds and everything like that.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching, guys. The Power Chat series, the Mayan Challenge. Join us next time.